Hi guys, I'm watching Cassie's live right now and she is listening to Robbie. And Robbie Harvey is the biggest overactor in the Mica Miller. So he is talking about the 911 calls and he's talking about, in this moment of this screenshot, he's talking about the 911 call that was made on the day Mica passed. Now, there's speculations and conversations about where she was. Fair Bluff was mentioned. Now, there's also, speculations about whether or not that was even Mica. So, I'm not saying either way, whether it was Mica or not. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have any type of equipment that I know how to use to analyze. I wish I did, but it still wouldn't be a professional opinion. And in a lot of things, I try to preserve my opinion because, child, we don't know nothing. Y'all know this. Anything is possible, okay? So I want to speak about this, just whether it's Mica or not. The person who called 911, or the entity that called 911 and brought up things like, okay, this is my analysis of the 911 call. It always has been. It's not so much so as whether it's her or not. I can leave that up to the people who know her best to make their decision on whether they believe it's her or not, and see if that will get thoroughly investigated. I mean, it needs to be thoroughly investigated. Forensics analyzing is part of solving a crime. And especially now in 2024, then it should be a standard to do these type of analyzations, because we know we can do so much with technology, and the government can do even more. But this is what I got from that call. The entity that made that call, be it Mica or someone else or voice changer or AI or whatever have you guys believe, first or no, seemed to me like, and it flowed to me like, the caller is pretty intelligent. The caller has a mission. The caller wants to get the 911 operator to confirm that they can indeed ping their location. Now, we all pretty much believe that Mica's very intelligent. She knows where she's at, even if it's somewhere she hasn't been before. My gosh, she is an adult, and she's a very capable adult. There is speculation that she was taken somehow, some way from one location to another. We don't even have the privy of seeing the marks that were on her hands or wrists to be able to possibly, do what we do, speculate on what was that about. Did somebody harshly grab her hands? Did they wrap them in a towel? Did they maybe tie her up? Did they tie her up and drag her by the, we have no idea, right? So the jury is out on whether or not she actually went to her final location, or she traveled assisted, should we say? However, it sounds to me like the caller has a mission. The caller wants to make sure that the 911 operator can by themselves ping the location. Instead of calling and saying, "Hi, I'm here. This is my name, and I would like my family to be able to locate me. Do you have that?" That's easy to do. However, for some reason, and I've always said this, for some reason, it could be a big clue, it could be a big thing, or it could just be that that was the determination of the person who came up with the idea of making the call. Now, I don't think that if it is true, what I'm about to say and what I have said, that the person wants to make sure that the 911 operator can catch the call, catch the location on their own. I don't think that that would be something that's not a big. It's very specific. So why is that? Why would that be? If so, and the 911 operator, in my opinion, with your complaints, you guys' complaints against the 911 operator, just hear me out for a second. It's just my perception with my mind. Now, I think the 911 operator lost control of the call in the beginning because this is not 411, or this is not just someone you're helping out. It's not Sesame Street. And you're not telling her how to get to the whiz. You are supposed to secure that emergency and take charge. The person calling could be in shock. It could be anything, but this is 911. You're assuming, regardless of how calm the caller is, that this is an emergency. So what is it? Have you been pow-powed in the head? Because that can cause you to, are you in diabetic shock? What's going on? What is your emergency? And then take hold of the call. The 911 operator allowed the caller to have all of the control, and the caller called calmly and purposefully did not state what they were up to in the beginning and said, I need to know that you can find my location. Now, I think it was the intent of the caller to make sure that the 911 operator can ping the location regardless of what said person says. The guessing around, the pretending, the Pine Bluff and all that and fidgeting, to me sounded like someone trying to see if the 911 operator and all their great equipment can see exactly where I am. Okay, that is what I took it as. You can also tell that this caller has already decided what they're gonna do, and calling 911 to say, hey, ping my location, this is my name, get the word out to the fam while you're at it, and tell them where to find me, because this is what's gonna happen. It already sounded pretty doggone just finalized. So I think that if the 911 operator would have taken haste to respond, they know they're good. Click, hanging up, because they were very strategic in the way that they call and very calm as well. I think when you hear the caller say, I'm going to blank myself, and you hear that pause from the operator, that is when, in my opinion, the operator knew they effed up. Didn't take control of the call from the beginning, find out what the emergency was before the caller even got what they wanted. What did the caller want? The caller wanted to make sure that the 911 operator can ping from their device where they are, not for them to tell the 911 operator where they are. We have seen how intelligent Mica is, and although JP may appear to be slick, I think JP has elder handlers, if you know what I mean, that does most of the thinking for him when it comes to stuff, And Mica knows where she's at, presumably that she wasn't taken. Now, even if taken in the way that you guys speculate that she might have been taken, she wasn't taken originally from her home blindfolded and then to that location. She was taken pretty much in the area of the vicinity. I think we all could agree, if we think she was, assisted there against her will. So she would still pretty much know where she is. Okay, and especially if she did that search on her phone. However, my point is, guys, if you listen to the call again, and it's not that I'm trying to persuade your think on this, but I guess, here to make you think, because this is just the way that I see it. And, maybe you can hear it like that and agree that it could be that the caller was trying to make sure that the 911 operator was able to locate where that phone is, where it was, where it will be, but where it is. Now, would Mica want to do that for some reason? I'm pretty sure we can come up with reasons why. Because she knows if you can ping my phone, you can find my phone. And you can also find other things, even if you don't get your hands on my phone. Stop it, Regina. Talking about you waiting on the devices because you don't need the devices. It's 2024. You could have been subpoenaed those records and got up in the clouds, baby. Got up in the motherfucking clouds. But anywho, yeah. But if it was another person in control of the orchestration of the call, why would they want the 911 operator to ping that specific location? I can think of a couple of things based upon theories that have been passed around by all of us. Because they want you to find Micah in that location. I guess. What else? What do you guys think?